Geeli Mitti is a developing permaculture farm. It's a place of learning. It's a training center for anybody who's interested to know more about sustainable living and make the changes into their lifestyle. One of the first forms of natural building that we wanted to establish and teach to the people was Earthbag. I'm a big fan personally of Earthbag structures for several reasons. The most important being that Earthbag is one of those building structures wherein almost 95% of the soil that you probably have on your land can be used as it is without needing too much alteration. It's a very simple building system to build structures, natural building structures that will last you for centuries. These houses are extremely earthquake resistant, they're flash flood proof, they're bulletproof. It doesn't get better than that. And it's actually a lot of fun to build. You don't need to have any prior experience in building. All that you need is passion and a love to hand sculpt your own house with the mud that is right under your feet. One of the most common questions that we get asked all the time is how much does it cost really? It's completely dependent on what your budget is and how much effort are you willing to put it in. The highest expense for your natural building will be labor, because it is labor intensive, but it is a labor of love. So if you input that cost to you and the earthen materials are free or you gather recycled materials, I have made structures from a budget of 50,000 rupees to 5 lakh Indian rupees. This particular structure that we are in, including all the hardware that you see and the finishing that you see, cost us 5 lakh rupees. We built this out of a workshop. We had between 10 to 15 people who joined us over a period of 1 month to learn the technique and come together and build this house, with most of them having no prior experience with architecture or structural designing, and in fact no building experience whatsoever. They were from different spheres. We had international participants from across the world. We had people from all over India. All of us just coming together, putting in our effort and building this structure in 1 month. But 1 month was what it took for us to level the land, build the foundation, build the walls and start the plastering work. Then we took a break and we actually did the roof later on. The interesting thing about the reciprocal roof is that it does not need a central beam to support it. So you get this free open space all around. There is no amount of technical complicated joineries that you need. It's just a marvel of science and architecture where one log or one piece of wood is balancing on top of the other. And the other advantage about reciprocal roofs is that they do not exert, the place where they're resting on the walls, they do not exert any outward force. So all the weight that is sitting on top of the roof is really resting on top of the walls instead of trying to weaken your structure by pushing your walls outward. So let's understand the materials that you need to build your own Earthbag structure. You need polypropylene bags, which are nothing but, in simple terms, you could understand that as reused cement bags that we get. You need the mud which is right beneath your soil, and you need some gravel or stones depending on whatever you have in your area locally available to be able to do the foundation of your structure. Another important material would be barbed wire, and that's it. And that's all that you need really to get started. It feels wonderful living in an Earthbag house because when it's super hot outside, as we are nearing summers over here, the moment we step into the house, it's cool, it's relaxing. It feels beautiful because the house itself can breathe. When it's the middle of the winter and you step and it's really chilly outside and I step inside the house, it's nice and warm and cozy and it welcomes me. In our particular structure, we are only relying on the thermal mass of the Earthbag walls, which are about 20 inches thick, including the plaster. 18 inches for the bags and another 2 to 3 inches for the plaster. If you feel that you need additional heating or cooling, then you could add insulation to the outside layer even later. Round is sound. Round is beautiful. Round is full of energy. If you look at some of the traditional structures or the way nature behaves, Just walk around in the forest, walk around in your park, walk around anywhere. You will not see square, rectangles, sharp edges anywhere in nature. Learn from nature and follow those patterns. If I talk technically and structurally, you'll understand that when you build round structures, there isn't any opposing force on the walls. The pressure of each of the bags or each of the bricks is on the one right next to it. So there is nothing that is forcing the walls out or inside.
Oh, wow, but it's some up that brought me here, my now with his job.
Leave behind all your preconceived notions about earthen homes and natural buildings and sustainable living. Take out some time from your life. Participate in doing a permaculture course. Participate in one of the earthen building workshops that are becoming so popular now across India and across the world, and then see it for yourself. And most importantly, don't think that you need too much experience to get started. Trust me, you will learn along the process, and mud is really easy to work with. It's really forgiving. All that it needs is your passion and your love, and your house is going to remember it. You will have memories to share with your family for the rest of your life.
So just what that's forever me.